words you need для нормально общающихся. This is the last lesson for нормально общающихся. But there are more lessons for advanced learners. So if you look on my YouTube channel, you should be able to find the playlists section. And in playlists, you can find the green playlist for advanced learners. And there are more lessons there which you can watch. But before you do that, we need to do the last set of 50 words for нормально общающихся. Of course, these are not difficult words for you because they are cognates. So they're similar in English and Russian. So they should sound familiar, but you might not be able to use all the forms of the words correctly. You might not be able to pronounce them all correctly. And so that's what we're going to focus on in this lesson. The first one. Я попросил вас проанализировать эти данные. I asked you to analyze this data. So, проанализировать, the verb to analyze. Stress on the first syllable. And sometimes, in fact quite often, a linking w appears between to and analyze. To analyze. To analyze. To analyze. The next one. The noun. Спасибо вам за ваш полезный анализ. Thank you for your helpful analysis. So now the stress is on the second syllable. So make the n longer. Analysis. 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 Then we've got another noun. Он занимается анализом данных. Тогда он кто? He is a data analyst. He's an analyst. In Russian, there's also the word analytik, which often translates as analyst. Stress on the first syllable, analyst. And this phrase, data analyst, contains the mysterious linking R. Data ends in the schwa sound, a bit like the word later. Later, data. I think you can hear that they both end in the same sound. Later, data. Later, data. So when I say later on, it's like saying later run. Later run. And when I say data analyst, I actually say data ranalist. Data analyst. Data analyst. And this mysterious linking R appears. Data analyst. He's a data analyst. Another analyze word is analytical. Analyticheский склад ума. She has an analytical mind. Analytical. Third syllable. Analytical. With a Y, of course. Analytical. Okay, next word. На заседании правления I'll try again. На заседании правления разгорелись жаркие дебаты. There was a heated debate at the board meeting. A debate. Now, it's important to note that, at least in British culture, for a debate, there are clear rules. You're not really allowed to shout over your opponent in a debate. In a debate, I get my turn to speak, then you get your turn to speak. So a debate is not an argument. In an argument, I shout at you and you shout at me. But in a debate, I give my opinion strongly, then you give your opinion strongly. That's a debate. A debate. And it's also a verb. We debated the issue for more than 2 hours. So you can debate something. The next one. Он продал свою душу дьяволу. Дьявол is the devil. He sold his soul to the devil. Devil. It might seem strange, but you need to smile when you say it. Devil. To the devil. Devil. There's also an adjective, devilish. He has some devilish schemes. Devilish. The next one. Посмотрите на диаграмму на странице 34. Look at the diagram on page 34. Diagram. Sometimes diagram is also figura in Russian, I think. Perhaps not only a diagram. So I think figura can also be a diagram. The important thing about a diagram is it always looks a bit like a picture. Diagram, but a simplified picture. Next. Некоторые люди говорят, что президент диктатор. Some people say that the president is a dictator. And if the president is a dictator, then the country is a dictatorship. Let's try that again. The country is a dictatorship. Now, what do dictators do? They dictate. Of course, in Russian there's this word diktant as well. Diktant. Which, I mean, can you call it a dictation? I suppose yes, because the teacher dictates something and you have to write down what the teacher says. So I guess that is dictation. And this voice typing that I do can also be called dictation. I speak, you write, or I speak, the computer writes. It's also dictating. The next one. Мой учитель английского языка. Try again. Мой учитель английского языка полон энтузиазма. My English teacher is very enthusiastic. 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 The stress is on the a at the end. Enthusiastic. And in the noun, the stress is on the u. Enthusiasm. Мне нравится ваш энтузиазм. I love your enthusiasm. So it's enthusiastic. Enthusiastic and enthusiasm. 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 Enthusiastic. Enthusiasm. The next one. Я ненавижу писать эссе. I hate writing essays. Essays. The stress is on the first syllable. The says is longer but softer. Essays. Essays. The y I pronounce with croaky voice. Says. But you can also pronounce it with breathy voice. Essays. Says. Says. It can be breathy or croaky. Essays. The next one. Я думаю, что Премьер-лига лучшая в мире. I think the Premier League is the best in the world. When you pronounce league, try to do a lot of y before the g. The g at the end is not so important. The y is very important. League. League. The Premier League. The next one. Мне действительно понравилась финальная сцена пьесы. I really enjoyed the final scene of the play. Scene, same again. Lots of y. Scene. And have you seen the final scene? This word scene, третья форма, and this word scene are pronounced exactly the same way. There's no difference. Scene, scene. And number 760. Я остановился, чтобы посмотреть на маленькую скульптуру у окна. I stopped to look at a little sculpture by the window. So, sculptura is a sculpture. Sculptura, a sculpture. Sculpture. It's funny actually. My son calls fizkultura fizsculptura. For some reason he hears a p in it. Fizsculptura. It's interesting that in English as well we've got culture and sculpture. So the words are quite close in English and in Russian. Culture, sculpture. Culture, sculpture. I don't know if it's just because my kids are English that they mix up fizkultura and fizskulptura. Maybe Russian kids do that too. I don't know. You can tell me in the comments. Anyway, that will be for the next part of the lesson. So that's 10. Now you know how it works. This is the time to press pause, take a little break, and to do the tasks for these 10 words if you are working through the full version of the course. Okay, see you soon. Moving on. Я работаю в небольшой клинике. Клиника is a clinic. I work in a small clinic. Clinic. Just don't say clinic. Clinic. You need to pronounce it with your mouth open. Click. Clinic. Clinic. A small clinic. The whole word clinic with your mouth open. Clinic in a small clinic. What sort of clinics are there? Let's have a quick look. So we need to write clinic 1 0. Let's just have a look like this. A health clinic, an abortion clinic, a medical clinic, a fertility clinic, an outpatient clinic. That's for people who go to the hospital but not to stay in the hospital. They're called outpatients. Inpatients stay in the hospital. Outpatients come to the hospital. So there you go. Clinic. The next one. Молодым врачам нужен клинический опыт. Young doctors need clinical experience. Next. Ждите моей команды. Wait for my command. Or southern pronunciation, wait for my command. Command, northern, command, southern. This Russian sentence, ждите моей команды. How do you know if they're talking about a team, моя команда, or a command, приказ? I don't know. Anyway, command, not command. Command. The stress is on the second syllable. Command. And that means that we have a lot of n. Command. Hold the n. Command. The next one. Коммерческая активность в этом году снизилась. Commercial activity has fallen this year. Коммерческая, commercial. Двойной commercial. Commercial. Let's try this. Let's try it with nouns. A commercial break, of course. It's для рекламы в телевидении. Let's take a commercial break. That's during a TV show. They are commercial banks. What else? Commercial fishing. Or it's for commercial development. Commercial. The next one. У меня нет никаких конкретных планов на выходные. In this context, конкретный is concrete. I don't have any concrete plans for the weekend. But I think that in general, конкретный and concrete are used slightly differently in English. In English, concrete means fixed. But it's not about how specific the plans are. Whereas in Russian, конкретный is often about how specific something is. So конкретное means, подробности, понятно что, yeah, it's specific. Whereas in English, concrete means you can't change it. If it's a concrete plan, it can't be changed. You can't move concrete. You can't change the shape of concrete. It's fixed. So that's a concrete plan in English. Concrete, it's also beton, as you probably know. The next one. В экспедиции приняли участие более 30 альпинистов. More than 30 mountaineers took part in the expedition. So expedicja is an expedition. Expedition. Pause. Expedition. 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 Make a try to make sure that there is a little pause. Expedition. Expedition. The next one. Погода была важным фактором в нашем решении. The weather was an important factor in our decision. Factor. This word factor is used quite a lot. But I wonder when we use it. Let's see what adjectives we use it with. So we often talk about risk factors. Let's have a look at some adjectives. So it's a major factor, an important factor, a key factor, a contributing factor, a significant factor, a big factor, a deciding factor. So these factors, factory, things which affect something. So a factor is one of the inputs that creates a result. Factors, inputs. The next one. Я являюсь партнером в юридической фирме. I am a partner in a law firm. About the word firm, you can't use the word firm for any kind of business. Most often it is used to talk about law firms, but I wonder if there are some other common ones. So a law firm, let's just check. Let's make firm into a noun because it's also an adjective, so that might change the results a bit. So a law firm, an investment firm, a research firm. I'm surprised to find that as an example, to be honest. Let's click on it and get some context and see what this is about. When do we use the phrase research firm? Yes. A non-profit research firm, a market research firm, a brand research firm. So it can be used like that as well. Market. A market research firm. A consulting firm. An accounting firm. An engineering firm. But have you noticed? They're all white-collar companies. Not colour. Collar. So we talk about blue collar. Blue collar is factory work. White collar is office work. So these are all professional. These are all companies which are made up of professionals. Professional researchers, professional consultants, professional accountants. So we can use firm in that context. Firm. The next one. Можем ли мы увеличить интенсивность? Can we increase the intensity? Intensity. The is clipped before the unvoiced s. Intensity. Intensity. And the adjective intensive. Я прошел интенсивный курс английского языка. I did an intensive English course. I did an intensive English course. It was intense. Now, there is a difference between intensive and intense. Intensive is kind of like насыщенный. It means, let's have English letters, a lot of work. But intense is more how it feels. Oh, it was intense. It can also be a lot of work, but if something's intense, you feel under pressure the whole time, like whoa. So you feel that. I would say that when something's intense, you feel the tension, and tension is напряжение. So it's intense is about напряжение. Intensive means a lot of a lot of information, a lot of work. The next one. Я очень оптимистично смотрю на предстоящий год. I am very optimistic about the coming year. Optimistic, optimistic. Lots of s. Optimistic, mystic, optimistic. Я думаю, что есть основания для оптимизма. I think there is room for optimism. Now the stress is on the first syllable. So optimism, optimistic, optimism, optimistic. And we got some nice connected speech here. For optimism, for optimism. So the r is pronounced. I don't know. For concern, the r here is not pronounced. For concern, we say concern, concern. But for optimism, we do pronounce the r because it comes before a vowel. For optimism, for optimism. And the next one is нарисуйте вертикальную линию. Draw a vertical line. Vertical, double sound, vertical line, vertical line. Lips forward, tongue forward. Vertical, a vertical line. Okay, that's another 10. Press pause, take a short break, learn the words. Or stay with me, watch the next part of the lesson. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. Я часто смотрю балет. I often watch ballet. So it's not ballet, it's ballet, just like bouquet is bouquet. I bought a bouquet for the ballerina. Because ballerina is ballerina. Моя дочь хочет стать профессиональной балериной. My daughter wants to become a professional ballerina. The next one. Когда состоится наше следующее заседание комитета? Комитета is a committee. When is our next committee meeting? Committee. The stress on the second syllable. Committee. The next one. В бизнесе очень важна координация между командами. Координация. Coordination. In business, coordination between teams is very important. Listen carefully to what happens with the OO at the beginning. It's like go, coordination. Co-war. There's a w. Coordination. Coordination. У него не очень хорошая координация движений. He is not very coordinated. Coordination, coordinated. The next one, medical one. Первый врач не поставил диагноз моей болезни. The first doctor did not diagnose my illness. Diagnose. No. Lots of w. Diagnose my illness. Diagnose. But the noun is diagnosis. Я не согласился с диагнозом врача. I disagreed with the doctor's diagnosis. Now, of course, you know about clipped vowels and full vowels. So in diagnose, we have a full vowel, n-w-z, nose. But in diagnosis, we have a clipped vowel because we pronounce a s. So diagnose has a z, diagnosis has a s. No, diagnose, no. Diagnosis, diagnose, diagnosis. The next one. Мы хотим диверсифицировать наш бизнес. We want to diversify our business. Diversify, diversity, etc. The next one. Функция сердца заключается в перекачивании крови. The function of the heart is to pump blood. Remember that the unk in function is pronounced unk, like in bank or thank or think. Function. The function of the heart is to pump blood. The next one. У нее очень либеральные взгляды. She has very liberal views. 2 syllables. Liberal. Liberal views. Here we have a light L at the beginning. Le. And then brul. L. Dark L at the end. Liberal. Liberal. The next one. Швеция официально сохраняла нейтралитет во время Второй мировой войны. Sweden was officially neutral in World War II. Neutral. Like you're saying neutral. Neutral. Quite lots of n at the beginning. Neutral. Neutral in World War II. And of course, TR, it's not TR, it's neutral. Neutrality is the noun. Neutral, neutrality. Neutral, neutrality. The next one. Его официальная зарплата намного ниже фактической. His official salary is much lower than his actual one. Official, официальная. Here I like actual as a translation of фактическое, actually. Фактически. Actually. Фактически, yeah. Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's quite a good. My фактический адрес, my actual address. Yeah, good translation. The next one. Смерть принцессы Дианы была трагедией. Princess Diana's death was a tragedy. Make sure you get the tragedy. 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 Можно, you can hold the r. Tragedy. A tragedy. It was tragic. Она погибла при трагических обстоятельствах. She died in tragic circumstances. Tragedy, tragic. Tragedy, tragic. When you say tragedy as well, make sure it's not tragedy. Tragedy. D. These E's at the end, they're quite long. Tragedy. Don't rush them. Tragedy. Okay, that's another set of 10. We've only got 20 words left. We're nearly at the end. Moving on. В отеле подают аутентичные блюда греческой кухни. Аутентичные. The hotel served authentic Greek food. Authentic, with this or at the beginning. Authentic. The double or. Authentic. Authentic Greek food. What else is often authentic? Let's have a look. You can talk about authentic learning. An authentic experience. An authentic voice. Try that one again. She's got an authentic voice. About голос, of course. He lives an authentic life. An authentic. There you go. Authentic. The next one. This might not look like a cognate, but I think it is. Раньше я пела в хоре. I used to sing in a choir. Very unusual pronunciation. Or you might say unusual spelling of this word. Choir. Yes, we write C-H-O-R, but we say K-W, qua, yeah. Choir, choir, choir. I used to sing in a choir. Choir. Make sure you pronounce choir with your chin lowered. Choir, 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 choir. In a choir. The next one. Это конфиденциальная информация. This is confidential information. It's confidential. Конфиденциальность очень важна для нас. Confidentiality is very important to us. Or for us. It's important for us. It's important to us. The meaning is very close. Confidentiality. The next one. Мой друг работает на круизном лайнере. My friend works on a cruise liner. One syllable. Cruise. Not cruise. 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 Two sounds. Cruise. Cruise. But not two syllables. Cruise. Cruise liner. On a cruise liner. To cruise. You might know the verb to cruise as well. Aeroplanes. We are now cruising at an altitude of 10,000 meters. Sometimes the pilot will say that. We're cruising. We're ascending, we're cruising, we're descending. Cruising. The next one. Мне нравятся мои уроки драматургии. I don't know if anybody says драматургии. Maybe театральные уроки. Something like that. Sounds more natural. My son goes to drama lessons. We call it teatralka. I love my drama lessons. Drama. Double sound. Drama. Drama. My drama lessons. But концовка хоккейного матча была драматичной. The end of the hockey match was dramatic. So, drama, but dramatic. Drama. Oi. But dramatic. Dramatic. The next one. Мой дядя, друг мэра. It's always useful to have an uncle who is a friend of the mayor. My uncle is a friend of the mayor. American pronunciation would be the mayor. Mayor. British pronunciation, meh. So mayor, for example, rhymes with care or hair. The mayor has no hair. Not the man, the mayor. The mayor has no hair. No. The mayor has no hair. So with American pronunciation it worked. The mayor has no hair. Yes, and with the received pronunciation it also works. Yes, very good. The next one. Каждый хочет завоевать золотую медаль. Медаль? Medal. Everyone wants to win the gold medal. Medal. Long medal. The next one. Она работает в Министерстве обороны. Министерство. She works in the Ministry of Defense. Long ministry. Not minis. Minis. The it almost disappears. Ministry. The ministry. The minister. Министр здравоохранения выступил с речью. The health minister gave a speech. Gave us a speech. Dal nam. No, gave a speech. Gave a speech. Maybe you notice health minister. The stress is on the health. Health minister. Health minister. Because it's a compound noun. The second word becomes unstressed. Health minister. Health minister. The next one. Nie panikujcie. Nie panikujcie. Don't panic. Don't panic. The next one. Эта политика еще не внедрена. The policy has not been implemented yet. So policy, политика. Политика, вот, is politics. The big topic. Я люблю говорить о политике. I love talking about politics. Она работает в политике. She works in politics. But there are also политики, которые придумывают правительство. And they are policies. Health policy. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some policies. Noun followed by policy. You can also... I got an insurance policy. That is not politica, I guess. That is... Страховой полис. Полис. Yeah, полис, policy. Yeah. They are cognates too. We can talk about energy policy. That's энергетическая политика, I guess. We can talk about health policy, immigration policy, tax policy. I think you get the idea. So all the things that government does are policies. The opposition party might criticize a government policy. It might propose their own policy. What should be done about this topic? Policy. Okay, that's another 10. This is your last time to press pause and take a short break before watching the last part of the lesson. Alright, number 791. У нее пропал аппетит. She has lost her appetite. Or with connected speech, she has lost her appetite. It still understands me. Her appetite. The stress is on the first syllable. Her appetite. Appetite. Appetit, appetite. Appetite. There's also a nice adjective, appetizing. Этот пирог выглядит очень аппетитно. This pie looks very appetizing. Yeah, an appetizing pie. Okay, the next one. Правительство является авторитарным. We've already had dictators today. Now we've got an authoritarian government. The government is authoritarian. So the stress is actually, it's authoritarian. Authoritarian. Авторитарный. The next one. Я посещаю много корпоративных мероприятий. I attend a lot of corporate events. Corporate. 2 syllables. Corporate. Corporate events. I attend a lot of corporate events. What else can be corporate? So you can talk about a corporate tax. That's tax on corporations. Corporate governance. The governance of corporations. Corporate profits. Прибыль for corporations. Corporate culture. And you get the idea. Corporate. And корпорации is corporations. Мы не можем конкурировать с крупными корпорациями. We can't compete with big corporations. There we go. The next one. Коррупция. носит повсеместный характер. Corruption is endemic. Try again. Corruption is endemic. Ah, got it. Corruption is endemic. Новый мир также коррумпирован, как и старый. The new mayor is just as corrupt as the old one. Oh, no! It nearly understood and then it failed. The new mayor is nearly as corrupt as the old one. Not man, mayor. I said mayor. And it changed it. Oh, my computer doesn't like my pronunciation of mayor. Anyway, mayor. Never mind. The next one. Его голос эхом разнесся по пустому залу. His voice echoed around the whole hall. It echoed. So echo is an echo. Echo. Actually, a bit like echo shoes. It's the same pronunciation. Echo. There's also the verb, it echoed. Oh, 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 oh. Echo, echo, echo. Echoed. Echoed. The next one. Я думаю, что она гений. I think she is a genius. 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 She's a genius. And we also use genius as an adjective sometimes. Это гениальный план. You can say, it's a genius plan. Oh, it's genius. Genius. Great idea. Genius. Lots of ya. Genius. Genius. The next word is марафон. Марафон длится 42 километра. A marathon is 42 kilometers. A marathon. Marathon. The stress on the first syllable. Marathon. Marathon. The next one. Военный парад показывали по телевизору. The military parade was shown on TV. So parad is parade. This is one of those words which people are sometimes lazy with and just say, oh, parad. Yes, I watched the parad. No, it's a parade. Parade. Lots of ya. Parade. The next one. Вам нужна виза для посещения Вьетнама. You need a visa to visit Vietnam. A visa to visit. Visa, visit. Here we can compare the V sound in visa with a smile and the V sound in visit. Visa, visit. Visa, visit. To visit Vietnam. Visa, visit. And this is the last word. Я был волонтером на Олимпийских играх в 2012 году. I was a volunteer at the Olympics in 2012. A volunteer, stress on the final part of the word. Volunteer. I was a volunteer. I volunteered. I was a volunteer. Ear, volunteer. Ear, volunteer. All right. And that's all. Yes. Well done me. Well done you. We've made it to the end of block 3 для нормально общающихся. But anyone who has watched all the videos and learned all the words is probably already a bit better than нормально общающихся. I think you're probably advanced by now, which is great. And of course, there are more words for you to learn in the advanced part of my course. That's the green playlist. You can find it on my channel. But the main thing I want to say now is, well done. And I have a little request. If this course has been useful for you, please let me know. I just want to know that it's been useful. I really miss teaching in classrooms because in classrooms, I could see the difference. You know, I could see my students gaining confidence I could see the information going in. I could see their skills developing. With this kind of teaching, I don't see it. The only way I know is if you tell me. So if this course has been helpful for you, please tell me about it. It makes all the difference for me. It really does. So thank you for giving me your time. And I hope you'll watch some more of my videos in the future. All right. Bye.